Good morning, afternoon, and evening, and welcome to the Sandbox game live stream for Saturday, July 10th, 2021. My name is Joseph Maddock, and you are joining just me once again while Alex Florez is, I assume, drinking some beautiful beverage on a beach somewhere on his 2 weeks of vacation. So what are we doing? Well, being as it is a day where you see just me, that means we are going to play from the long list of Game Jam games that you guys submitted on request. We are playing some of your games today. The first, we took a note of Town of Mystery, is up by request from last Wednesday. We'll be playing that here today. As we do when we do these streams here each and every Saturday right here on youtube.com, Twitch TV, Theta, D Live, Facebook, and twitter.com/sandbox-game. I'll be playing the games that you uploaded to the Sandbox Game Maker Gallery. This does not happen every Saturday. It is a special event. And I will give you feedback to help get your games ready for the metaverse. So if you have submitted it for the Game Jam, whether you are a top 10 game or not, you will probably want to have your game optimized and ready for the metaverse so that you can have something ready to go for the community to play your games. Again, we will preview them here. We can help you make changes if you're interested in making those changes, or you can just kind of get a feel for my opinion on games. I did spend some time reviewing games for quite a few years. And in doing so, I'm hoping to impart that knowledge to you. My experience goes all the way back to Halo 2 pre-release, driving up to Microsoft headquarters, playing that right there with that team that was curating and creating the multiplayer and single-player content for that game under non-disclosure agreement. Of course, if you're watching this later, I'm skipping all through the intro here. If you're watching live with us today, you have a special opportunity. During this stream, you can feel free to ask me anything from questions about the Game Maker, maybe the asset creation software Vox Edit, questions about the metaverse, or anything else that you want to know about the Sandbox. I will answer these questions live for you as they come in. I can see the chat on all of our platforms all at the same time. And for those questions that I cannot answer live, you can click on the social channels in the description below this video and tag us after the show on Discord, Telegram, Twitter, or any of our other great platforms, and we'll get an answer out for you. Of course, if you're watching this later over on youtube.com, you can join us each and every Saturday here on this live stream at 1800 UTC. If you do join us at 1800 UTC, you will be eligible for a Wizzy the Blue NFT giveaway that is exclusive to these streams. You can only ever win one. They are super high demand. There are about 200 total quantity that will ever be created of these Wizzy the Blue NFTs, and over 100 have been distributed from weeks and weeks and weeks of this live stream so far. Again, still super high demand though, because you can only get one. People love them. You can use those assets, of course, in your games, like the games we'll be playing today, or you can keep it as a nice art collectible, something exclusive from the early days of the Sandbox, because when they're gone, they're gone. So, anyway, let's jump right into it. We do have one piece of news. I'm not going to bring it up on the screen. I'm just going to continue to, I guess, show you my email. That news being that we announced a partnership this Thursday with the Walking Dead brand via Skybound. So the comics and the lore in those comics, all of the wonderful, gruesome details of that lore from Skybound. The Walking Dead is now a partner of the Sandbox. You'll be able to have access to many wonderful assets from their universe soon. They'll be available inside the marketplace in order for you to create those game experiences. We're also workshopping some different ideas for inside the metaverse. If you don't know, we will be soon launching multiplayer in the social hubs. And when we do, we're coming up with ideas with relation to projects like, we'll talk about, obviously, The Walking Dead. We've got maybe Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? And some of these other partners that we've had over the time invading those social hubs for special event experiences. But those details are only just barely being workshopped right now. When they are fully fleshed out, I will get you full details on that. For now, I'm going to scroll through here. We're going to find the Town of Mystery game. And then after I find that, I'm going to start addressing some of these questions. Maybe we'll do both at the same time here. The Kripsky asks if I already have a Sandbox account. Will I receive a Walking Dead? I assume you mean backpack. So the partnership with The Walking Dead is going to have a lot of different events. It's not my understanding right now that there is anything that is like a gimme or a giveaway for free, but I could be wrong about that. The details are continuing to update, and we've actually been working with them on multiple different angles for months, where I have had to keep the lid on it, among others of us who are live here on these channels. So we have been long in talks with them. You can see the space that they have just below the main, what I would call the main hub at 00. That space down and just slightly to the left is a 24 by 24 space. So there's so much space to work with, so much space to make games and experiences with relation to The Walking Dead, that I think you'll find we've got a long future with them. Let's see. Joe, is the partnership only for the Walking Dead franchise or Skybound Comics? Because an Invincible cross Sandbox collaboration would be cool as well. Officially, it is with the Walking Dead brand, but via Skybound Comics. So I think, to that point, talking about one second. Got to get my voice figured out here. Talking about the Invincible brand, you're right. That would be a really good collab if you want to do something a little bit outside the box, maybe. I'm not sure that. I mean, it was a great series, and a lot of people loved it. They're attached to it over on, I think it's on Amazon. The Invincible comic. Krivsky asks, how do you get a Wizzy to Blue? You can get a Wizzy to Blue simply by watching this stream, and then I will put a form in the chat at some point. And we do this each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, where you see me, essentially. And then sometimes I go into a random stream, and I'll just give it away if you are a creator, if you are doing a live stream. I think the last one I dropped into was a little while ago on Cody Zine's stream. But, they are meant to go for the Sandbox-based streams. So only one user per day will win. But that's just purely based. Sometimes we do 2 giveaways if it's a very, very long stream. Let me see. Still looking for Town of Mystery here. But yes, WT7791 says, great AMA on The Walking Dead yesterday with Marcus, our lead of marketing. Good stuff. Can't wait for a metaverse invasion. Hope it'll last all October. Interesting. If that's not a bad idea. It may just be excuse me. Why can't I sign up? Why 81? I believe you should be able to sign up now. Today is a Saturday, so I think sign-ups, registration on the website should work fine. Let's see. Well, actually, I can't really test that at this time. Let's see. I don't need that. I'm announcing it. Oh, we gotta. Oh. Oh. But registration should be fine. If you can't, for any reason, register, make sure that you didn't already. It could be possible that your account is already signed up. You're automatically going to be able to log in with a Web3 wallet if you have like MetaMask or something like that. Here we go. A town of mystery. This is what we're looking for, right? There we go. Excuse me. Let's see. Are all the Walking Dead assets finished yet, or is it possible that we, the creators, can do some additional assets? Ben, if you are part of the artist program, you may be part of expanding the list of assets, but there are quite a few of them already done. In fact, I'm pretty sure everything that was announced in the press release is already complete, because that's part of the process. When we go through and we create these assets, we make sure that the partner loves them. And if they don't, we make the changes to make sure they do. But otherwise, you know, it's pretty good. Let's see here. Old Town, down this path. Okay. What am I testing for here? So as I am jumping around on the left, on the right, oh, I got stuck in a little hole there. Oh, there's a bit of a river. Okay. So as I'm jumping around on the sides, I'm testing to make sure that there's no way I can just go right around all of the game design. Excuse me. This bit I kind of find interesting. It looks like you put an invisible wall here. You've got a gate or a type of gating, a fence of some sort kind of coming around the corner, but no gating in these other areas. And you've set the precedent back in this first zone that grass you can just walk right through. But for some reason, as I come into the second zone, you can't. Again, this is just a kind of a personal preference, because some people don't mind. But in this case, it feels very specifically like we're being railroaded, rather than to naturally be railroaded to the correct location. And by that I mean, like, you know, why can't I get up on the hill? If I could, you know, there are different areas where you can kind of jump further into the grass, but clearly there's an invisible wall there, where there could be, and there's no reason for there not to be, some kind of a structure there, or maybe denser trees or something like that, to make it very clear that there's a reason I can't go there, instead of, you know, I just can't. And so as I'm coming into this area with the precedent that I could walk through grass, I'd like to know, kind of, as a free explorer, I'd like to know, you know, that I can't go there because the world doesn't allow it, not because the developer didn't allow it. Shoot Hotshot says, okay, well, 1 second. I'm going to scroll up. Smobler first. Joe, blink twice on the screen if the Sandbox got Marvel or DC content in the future. No need to confirm it verbally. I can neither confirm nor deny any partnerships or such things that come in the future. I will have you know that there have been multiple times that users in our chat have correctly guessed some partners that are pending, including the Walking Dead partnership that we announced now. Was guessed months ago, but it is really fun to see you guys guess the questions, or I'm sorry, the partnerships as we go in the chat. And then I see Shoot Hotshot says, The Walking Dead with no guns? Some more sentence there that I won't say on this live stream. Well, I'd say you've got a lot to live for. Let's put it that way, because there are great new improvements coming to the sandbox in the future, including ranged attack. And when that happens, based on the fact that we are using user-generated content, I think you'll find that guns will come right after ranged attacks are released. Alright, so we got a quest to slay the monsters in the forest. But I'm not done yet. We're going to walk around and see here, you know, as I mentioned before, we've got some more invisible walls as we come up. There's no reason the cliffside can't be a little sharper, a little taller, to make it so that we can't walk up rather than just having invisible wall here. Or just allow somebody to traverse over it. Like, realistically, what does it hurt to have them go back to the area we just came from? You know, that sort of thing. Just depending on where it is. There should be some borders, some restriction, but yes. I'll let you know if I see him. Let you know if I see your husband. Okay, we're in the West Wing. Got some apples. Can I pick those up? Heck yeah, I can. Hopefully they're usable. Okay, okay. Excuse me, folks. I have There we go. Quest complete. Easy peasy. Mr. Richard. Permanently locked door. Okay. Fair enough. Woo! This isn't France? I'm lost. Where am I? Nope, not France. Do these skeletons come to life? Sure hope so. Boop. Bop bop. 1 out of 10. Okay. Treasure. Ooh. Fun fact about that treasure asset, which is actually just a pile of shields. That is, as I recall, the first asset that was pushed into the metaverse. Excuse me. Or into the marketplace, rather. And it could be wrong about that, but I'm fairly certain that this is... I can double check. We have featured it inside the metaverse in this kind of art gallery sort of showcase as you first spawn in. And that was the tooltip that I recall about that. Gotta make some big ballistas for the zombies. You know what? Yeah, that would be really cool. That'd be really cool. So we got more monsters in the forest. We got more treasure on the ground. 3 out of 5 so far. I feel like I don't want to walk over this. And neither does Zomboy over here, so... yeah, I'm not going to do that. Character doesn't even need to turn around, you know? Alright. Return to Master Ori. I need one more. There's nothing down there, right? Oh, that's lava. No thanks. That would be the lava bridge that the other person mentioned. So to that effect, I think this is doing well so far. You've got a lot of nice little, I want to say like in-story lore pieces that are just popping up. You know, things that are just small bits. Those are always good in games of this style where you're just kind of like hanging out and picking up pieces about the world. It appears that this grass has collision here, which is stopping me from walking between the trees. I'd probably fix that. Really, just a little thing, but you have strong lore happening here where it's not really significant or like super important, but still fun when I can go on through a space and kind of be like, oh, that's a callback to this thing that we already talked about, the lava bridge. The kid talked about all the other people dying when they walked over it, and now I don't want to step on it. So that's a good thing there. Okay. Question. Hey, Joseph. What color are your shoes? Well, sir, and or madam, black. Plain black shoes. But I have like six pairs. Sorry. So let's see here. Smobler Studios says that I think we need to apply for the Creator Fund and request to join the Walking Dead team. Well, interesting. Feel free. But the artists would be the ones working on the content, more than likely. That would be at fund.sandbox.game in the Foundation Fund. Be your best chance to do so. House of Coin. After buying land and creating some hats and hair assets, being a creator is harder than I thought. Much respect. I agree. Much respect to those artists, all those artists that are working on this. It is a little bit harder than you would expect for sure to create the assets, especially the subtle things, when you're working with voxels. It's a bit difficult to kind of work out the very small details, given that you kind of just have the 32 by 32 by 32 voxel to work with for every meter, right? So if you want to make something look like a person, a particular person, or a particular item, it can be difficult to do without scaling something up. It's kind of like making a caricature drawing, like back in the day there was a talk show host that was like late, one of the like very late night shows in America, Jay Leno, and he had like a fairly pronounced chin, not nearly as much as it would always be drawn in a caricature work. And it's kind of the same thing here. It's like you would, if you were to make a person, there would have to be something definitive about them that you'd be able to pull to say, hey, this is you, trying to find that last little clear the caves of monsters, return to the I'm going to try to walk on this. Okay. All right. It didn't break. You got to test it, then find the last treasure. If any of you see a treasure and I'm just totally blind, let me know. Oh, hey, check it out. I'm definitely going to get stuck up here. Almost undoubtedly. Yes, not animated. That is what we are doing here. We are breaking the game a little bit. We are getting up and over and around things. I'm trying to see if I can get stuck anywhere in particular as I go. But now that I've gotten up, it's going to be very easy to stay up here, I think. Oh, here we go. Oh, 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 ho! I fell down. But there is an adventure up there. Way up top. Wonder if I can get over this way. Caves are closed due to travelers going missing. We shall see about that. Oh, the deer pushed me off a cliff. Deer! I can't believe the betrayal! You just passed the treasure. When? Where? What did I do? I passed the treasure. Let's see. I can't see it. I'm blind, I think. Folks, there's no Joe eyes happening here today. That pile of treasure eludes me. Toward the strange man. Was this one the strange man? Is the strange man at the base? Over here? This level is amazing. Is it a 1x1? I think it could be a 2x2. 1x1, of course, is quite large, so sometimes it's hard to tell, depending on how the layout is of all the parts, but let me see if I can get up high enough to know. Yeah, it looks like a 2x2, but a lot of extra space out here. Not a lot being done over there. Excuse me. And way off in the distance toward the caves seems to be a lot of content as well. It's on the road, just follow the path. Okay. Joe's bad. Joe's bad at video games. Let's see. On the road. Just, there's no path here. Let me continue down this way. Oh, sure enough. Excuse me. Which one was Celia? This one. Now the caves are open. So, did that last quest say that that was optional? Yeah, that's an interesting note. Smobler Studios over on YouTube mentions, I don't think this is a Game Jam entry. The creator mentioned in the last stream that they worked on this game for 3 days to learn the game maker. Good job so far. And I would agree, for just, you know, a quick little 3-day game, this is pretty large, pretty well fleshed out. It appears to be going in kind of a nice smooth experience. It might be good for me to die at some point just to see where I respawn, but I'll wait a little bit longer so they can be particularly devastating if there's no respawn points. Aha. And I'm a jerk. Okay, so I've run into a problem that you all can see clearly. There appears to be some kind of invisible wall here, but I could still jump up on this because those boxes could be kicked. 1 second. I cannot roll. Oh. Apologies. So I can't roll, can't move. I just got stuck here. So here's what I'm going to do. For now, does anyone else have a... Oh, yes. Respawn on death points are the same mechanic as teleports, except that you don't do the thing where you destroy the respawn point. If multiple respawn points exist in your game, when you die, whichever one you're physically closest to is where you will respawn. If you want it to be a checkpoint where you always go back to that new spot, then you just make sure that when a user walks over a certain point, it destroys the spawner way back there, and it keeps the spawner that you just walked over, or spawns that spawner at that point when you walk over it. So, again, bit of bad luck here on this part, but, you know, having developed this game for just 3 days, what you've seen so far, I think is very, very good. And they probably didn't know that I like to break stuff, and that's all I do here, you know. So I'll go ahead and go back to the main menu. I'm going to get back into the gallery here really quickly, and then if you have any questions, again, I'd love to see them in the chat. And thank you for the for the bless. It's a lot of pollen in the air where I'm at today. Up here in the Pacific Northwest, it's an overcast day, and that usually means that the trees are excited. All right, so let's see if I can find another little world to work with here. Something maybe that you guys have not seen from the game jam, and we can play test it and try to break that. I think before we talked about possibly playing Fidelity here together, but this is, and let me know if you're interested in it as I'm scrolling through, but this map is what do you call that? It's like a puzzle room, where an escape room is what they're called, an escape room. Can you show how to change colors of the asker's text? Yeah, how you do that is actually, so we're based on the Unity engine. So just look up Unity markup, and you can add that in to your text. So you could say like, you know, color equals blue, that sort of thing. Based on their markup language, okay? So when you put that into their name section, it's inside that game maker, inside the form that you can fill out, that little, you know, the little line item. You can just pop that in there. Yeah, I could restart the experience, Digital Rex, excuse me. I could absolutely restart the experience, but in the metaverse, you can just type /respawn and you'll go there, back to the nearest spawn point. But the as it is, I would have to start over, because it's in the gallery still. So that when I come up to a game breaking glitch like that, I tend to say, okay, let's let somebody else have a chance to do this. And then if that original creator wants to continue to iterate on the game, then they'll come in here in the chat and they'll say, hey, you know, let's have a look at this one more time, and I will jump back in the next Wednesday, typically, when we do these. There we go. Smobler Studios has the sample of what that would look like when you are using Unity markup. But it's not limited to color. There are many other things that you can do with that. So just look up all those markup language items from Unity and you'll have lots of options. Cam says, congratulations on the partnership with The Walking Dead. Thank you so much. It has been a long way in the works. Trying to find some that I haven't already played here live on the stream real quick. I know we played Respawn. We've done some of these. I think we did Dorian as well. I know I would play some of these like Unusual Toilet Break, but ironically it's broken like outright, so I can't even really flesh out what the individual details are. It was broken from the first section where there's a doorway you can't go through. So if you are the developer of that, make sure you check that out. Little Squirrely's War we did here. There were quite a few of these as we keep going back that we can do. How many months ago since the Walking Dead deal was struck? Many, actually. So many that I can't recall. But 1 second, I got to get a tissue or something. Apologies for that. Okay. When I title my game, it's not allowing me to add a space in the title. It looks like some games are having a similar issue, but most are able to add a space. What am I doing wrong? I have not seen this as a problem personally. If anybody in the chat has seen this, please give me some feedback. Looks like you're right. A couple of them seem to be using underscores, but it may be that they're just interested in doing that of their own accord. Oh, okay. House of Coin says some artists are able to create angles. How is that possible? Like the NFT sneakers. So what they do in order to create those angles is, rather than simply try to create it as one object, they use the animator portion of VoxEdit, but they don't actually animate it. So what they'll do is they'll create like the side panel of the shoe. Well, since I have that shoe, so what they'll do is they'll create, you can see like the tongue on my shoe kind of comes up a little bit, right? A little bit forward. So you'll create this side panel here. You'll create the back panel as a separate asset, not the same. You'll create this interior side panel because it doesn't have the logo in the interior. If you want to do that, right? You might mirror it if you want. So this could be the same piece as this piece. Depends on your design. You'd create the upper portion and then the tongue portion on this so that each one can have its different angle as you like it. If you wanted to create a front face to it, you could create possibly a 2 voxel little front face as well. Or the sole, as you can see, because the color variation there. But this isn't really necessary to create the sole if you make sure to kind of implement the sole at the bottom of each of your other faces, right? But you've got all those faces done, then you open it in the animator and you say, cool, this piece, I don't want it to be low like this, I want it to poke out. So now we've got that piece poking out. You want the width of this side or the angle to be more angular, more tilted in. Well, you modify that piece individually inside the animator portion and not raw, like, you know, you're not creating a box that way. You're creating kind of nice slopes and angles and things like that. And you've probably seen this in some other assets as well, like the asset that you see right here. You know, you've got all these different panels that almost look like a bit of a water wheel or something. They're coming in at angles just the same. So that panel is an individually created asset, and then it's placed in at an angle and then you take all of these and you place them all in at an angle, and it gives you this like circular shape, despite each one of these being voxel-based, square-based shapes. So, excuse me. Play Dream Island. All right, fair enough. What page is that on, Smobler? Got Wonder Island there. Dreamscaper. Anyone anyone else excited for the land sale? Boy, I sure hope so. The last land sale sold out in 1 second. One from Seb's report. And he gets to see that data live. So it was super, super fast. Yeah, I'm excited for the land sale just because I get to be here with you guys, right? We're going like 2 hours before, usually 30 minutes, maybe an hour longer after the sale opens up, just to answer your questions as they go. And it seems like so far, doing more of these streams again. We used to do them a while ago. We stopped for a little while of those, like before we open sort of streams, but it's been making the experience a lot smoother for people to understand kind of like what they need to optimize and like get just right. Has made it, for the most part, from what I could tell, that more people are being successful at making a purchase, and more individuals are purchasing the lands rather than one person being able to click 4 or 5 lands, right? Okay. Unfortunately, I cannot see who creates these games without clicking on them individually. So, Dream Island is still what we're looking for. So, oh, there it is. Got it. Okay. The secondary marketplace is sort of wild as well. Yeah, Robert, you're right. If you didn't know, when we do these sales, we also have some portions of these sales, the estates, available at auction on OpenSea.io, and we saw some of those auctions go really well in this last land sale. Actually, many people didn't know that one of the announced partner sort of deals was this space right here, Shrine of Truth. And this Shrine of Truth estate, which included the Shrine of Truth itself, was available at auction at OpenSea.io just after, based on the direction this team wanted to go with that space. Basically, they said, hey, yes, we are great creators, and we've created and we're working on the Sand Rush and the Light Trail Rush spaces. But in the meantime, leverage our great artists. Here's this giant set piece that you can place in your game, use in your game. It's a one of one. Many different components were required to put it together into the set piece. Each one of them minted as a one of one NFT asset. So the excuse me, the owner of this space now, the auction ended at 100,000 sand, so quite a good deal on their part. Big event sale as it compares. Excuse me. And you can actually see my voice has just given out on me today. I apologize, folks. Do we know where the Walking Dead land experience will be located? Well, we do. Right there. So if you look at the coordinates of this, you can see the Sandbox main parcel says -12, -12 because it starts with the lower left. So the 0, space on the map, dead center. Walking Dead is quite close to that. This space here on the left in the center of the screen was the very first land sale ever that was conducted, I believe, December of 2019. And then we've got the Walking Dead space here. Moon sales, which were pre-sale number 3 long ago, or just after that. Down here on the right, pre-sale 4.3, I think, down here with the Smurfs. So if you purchase them during the Smurfs time and you've been with us for just a little while, relatively, then you've got pretty close proximity to that. Of course, there will be a sale in the future of the lands that are around The Walking Dead, but that is sometime in the future. Yeah, Greenview Media says, I've been watching it on and off and debating buying for the secondary marketplace, that is, because they aren't great at clicking fast for the land sale, apparently. And yeah, it's real fast. It's real lightning fast. I would say, you know, at least with regards to the last sale, it was... Oh, okay. Okay. Try to go to sleep? Maybe this is a dream. It is. Dream Island. And we need your help. Okay. Okay. So let's see. I noticed the land next to The Walking Dead is all 3x3s. I assume that's intentional. It's actually not intentional. That could change. But, you know, it's essentially it's all a visual effect. When you look at all of the spaces that aren't filled, right, or aren't zoned, we'll say, with smart contracts for a land sale yet. I mean, even if we go all the way over here to the left, you can see these are kind of just, they're all one by one on that, the way that it's drawn now. It's just visual effect. They won't be 3x3 estates, all of them. Maybe no estate touches it. It's all kind of pending in the works right now. Boy, I should have just brought over a tissue. Having a bad time today, folks. 1 second. I'll be right back. There we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be 3x3 all around there. It'll more than likely be a lot of 1x1 premium NFT estates. What is this? Whoa! Oh no! Oh no! Alright. I guess I'm going down. I guess I'm falling down right now. So first off, Dream World, looking pretty cool. I'm liking, you know, kind of subverting the expectations here. And let's see if I can get myself into some trouble early. Well, yep, death is death is trouble. Turns out, death is trouble. If you didn't know, falling off a cliff, fairly troublesome. Walking on top of this train feels stressful. Got a lot of parkour. Get that parkour. Oh, no, 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 I fell. This isn't going to be good. Can I get back up? Oh my goodness, I did. I got back up. Okay. Okay. So what size is this one? Someone asked, is it a 3x3 Very much likely, given all the open air dead space here. There's no way to tell for certain. However, if it was published inside the metaverse, it would be really clear what size it is, because usually under the minimap in the top right, it'll tell you what size the space is, how many people are in the space at once, and where it is published in the metaverse. So, oh, wait, no, we don't ride. Okay, now we ride. It looks good. Heck yeah. Let me get in the car. Oh yeah. We got the car. We're going. Vroom vroom. What's the point? You can still hear the footsteps when I'm in the car because you're not really driving. It's like a little car suit. Haha! Oh. Hey, what's going on over here? So is this just for looks, this section? I'm driving the car. It's doing nothing for me. Came all the way over here just to drive laps around the building. Bye! There we go. Okay. Maybe that island. Maybe I'm not ready for that island. Let's see if I can go back to the other one. Alright, I think the animals are sick. I need to check their health by looking at the animal poop. Okay. Alright, let's go. Let's look at some animal dookie. You know? No. No. No, leopard. I don't want to do it. Don't make me do it. There's a bunch of little animals, but I don't see any dookie. That rhino is cool. Trying to see if I should push E to make them poop. I don't think so, but we'll see. So far it feels pretty open-ended, which is fine. These gorilla... I mean, are y'all trying to get me? They seem hungry. They've got the little hungry animation, which kind of means they're a predator, but I'm not getting any poo. Oh, I got one. Hey, it's a pile of your poo. What's up? Here we go, another one. Another poo. Alright. I know what I'm looking for. Dark gray mud asset that totally, definitely is not... is poo. Okay. Hey, another poo out here. What's up? Give me that poo. How do you like that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me, dog. We don't like that. We don't like this. There's gotta be more, right? Where's the dookie at? Where are you guys at with your dookie? Hey, I got another one. Okay, that was enough. And I can climb this. Alright, let's see. House of Coin says, this is ridiculous. I agree, it's funny. Wait, here you go. It smells bad. Well, I did the thing. I did the thing. Oh, okay. I think animals get anorexia because of the giant millipede. Because it bothers animals, kills a millipede. All right. Can I do it? Ow. No. 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 Go away. Oh, you're big and scary. I can't tell what HP you have. I'm just hacking at you. Did I do it? Did I do the thing? No. It's just on top of me. Get the heck out of here. I got him. Ugh. Whoa. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. You can't just spawn again. What are you doing? And you got a big old dookie there. I'm going to get your dookie. And I'm out of here. Ha ha. It's my poop. My millipede poop. Ha ha. These streams are definitely a highlight for my week. Well, I appreciate it. I feel like I'm way off today. Alright, I got it. It was very gross. And that gave me one of the gold flower seeds. So completed one of the quests. Oh, excuse me. And it gave me the seed. So that's coolio. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Nice and easy peasy McSqueezy Deluxe. Let's go. Where am I going? What am I doing? I don't know. Can I go that way? Is that a thing? No. You know, folks, I've been going quite a while here, and I'll probably go long on this stream today. Typically, these run for about an hour, but I'm going to go long because I haven't yet put in that Was He the Blue NFT form. So let me go ahead and make a copy of that so that you guys can have it ready for you. Click. Click. Doo doo doo. Darn it. Darn it. I think I just... Alright, I've made the copy of the form and I have opened it, and now I am going to click the send button, copy that invite link. So if you are listening live, let's paste that right there. You can win a Wizzy the Blue NFT by clicking the link in this description in this chat on whichever platform you're watching right now. Again, this is exclusive to live viewers, so if you are wondering how you can join us live, you can join on Saturdays and Mondays 1800 UTC, or on Wednesdays at 2100 UTC each and every week right here on this channel. Just follow the channel or subscribe. You'll notice when we go live. You can get the notification, of course, if you're interested, and then join me and hang out in the chat. More recently, YouTube is on an up and coming large pile of people, and I am so happy to see it. Folks, if you didn't know, the first couple of weeks, months that we were doing these live streams, YouTube was a ghost town. There'd be maybe one or two users come into YouTube, and it was always like, what is this? What are you guys doing here? You know, or I haven't seen this game in years. It's nice to see you doing something with it again, right? It's nice to see YouTube from my side, kind of bringing the group together, getting the band back together out here on YouTube.com. Ven, hello, welcome to Oriental Island. Come and see the castle. Okay. Let's see here. I want to see the little questions. Does the Sandbox even sell small estates anymore, or do they all get auctioned off at OpenSea? Well, this is a case-by-case basis, kind of depending on, honestly, feedback from you guys. We've had a lot of users who have said, you know, especially with regards to estates, hey, you know, this person, and this is back when like a sale would take a minute or a minute and a half to sell out rather than a number of seconds. but they would say, you know, oh, well, this person got that estate, and it's they, in the user's opinion, maybe it wouldn't be possible for them to do so. When, you know, this is again in a time period, of course, when I wasn't doing these live streams, that talk about optimizations that can help you get connected faster, get, you know, everything short of your internet speed and how fast you can click, I try to help with in these live streams that we do before each and every sale. But again, at the time, there were people talking about how they felt like it wasn't fair, and so in the interest of fairness, we have the auction format for estates now. Okay, let's help Samurai Lord find their lost child. Oh, I like this. The luck cat. That's cute. I'm scared. Tell my dad there's a monster. Okay, will do. Will do. I'll tell your dad there's a monster. Hopefully, that's gonna help me. I can feel the monster's energy. Okay, all right. Okay, so here's a bit of feedback that I've got right now is when I'm talking with each one of these characters so far, there are two options. And I ought to see if I don't even have to find this kid. Because the second option was, I found them, and then it's just like, great, cool, and it just moves on. So I'm going to try that in the next quest. I assume that there are 10 quests similar to this. So let's get the monster hunted. Excuse me. Alright, where's this monster? Well, first of all, why are you attacking me? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What did I do to you, you know? Okay, it is said that the monster has a long neck, but I don't know where it is. So, do you have to just kind of openly explore the island for that? Wait, are you gonna attack me too? What did I do to you, lady? Oh. Wait, what? The monster has one big eye. Okay. Is it just the people themselves or the monster? That's the real story, folks. That's the true story all along. The monster was inside us the whole time. Or something. The monster is a ghost in armor. Well, that sounds to me like the Ghost of Tsushima. There you are. Yeah, you are. Come on, Ghost in armor. What do you got? You got nothing. Well, okay, but there's another one. No. Gotta go away. Run away. Run away. You hunted 3 kinds of monsters. That's right. There's so many monsters. There we go. All right, I got the seed. Got the seeds. Another island. There's got to be another one. There's another island every time. Every time. Look at these space people. Just hanging out. Just astronauts in the ocean. You know? That's a definitely not Millennium Falcon off in the distance, folks. And a really cool looking space station. I like that. Okay, let's see where I can get. See where I can go. Got a long way to go. Long way to the top, you know? Oh, that airship, I probably have to ride it. That's really cool. Come back, airship. I need you. Aha. Yeah. Oh, what up, Captain Golden Braids? Someone stole my treasure. You're a pirate. You know what I mean? Like, what? You made a map and laid them all over the place. Like, oh, I buried my treasure over here. I buried my treasure over there. You know. Meeting Search says, random question, when will more features be added to the game maker that support competitive multiplayer gameplay? So as it is right now, you may notice when you're playing the game or when you're creating in the game, you can put assets down and you can turn collision on. This is one of the core features that is being reworked completely to be more compatible with multiplayer gameplay. It is essential that we rework the physics engine in order for that to be possible first. Because if you're in a situation where you want to play something like soccer, right? A user can interact with an object right now, but multiple users cannot. So if you try to kick something, it will continue on its path until the physics portion stops and then somebody else can kick it. Otherwise, it just happens on your screen. It doesn't happen on theirs. So that's something we're reworking the physics engine completely as part of multiplayer update. And then, of course, we want to have the ability for objects to be created or destroyed without a strong amount of latency. So what we've been working on multiplayer-wise so far on the back end is optimizations that can make it so that more users are on a single instance at once. When we first started multiplayer features some 6 months, a year ago now, working on that, it was only something like 4 and then 8 people and then 10, right? And now we're at a point where 40 is a very comfortable, perfect FPS situation. 60 is starting to push it. 120 may be going way over the limit and a server could crash. So we're going to continue to optimize that because we want to have the maximum number of people that we can have in a single experience at once. When you talk about a social hub or you talk about any kind of multiplayer experience. And then when you add in the idea that like this user shot that user, the kind of magic that a game like a Battlefield does to make that work is extraordinary. Because it essentially has to like kind of do this level of detail distancing, but with all multiplayer interaction, where if it's outside of your zone of possibility to shoot or play with another user, you're not going to see that happen on your screen, and it's not going to affect your latency to the server and the server's latency to all the users. So that's something that we are working on the back end along with the physics engine. And then, of course, probably somewhere along the way, we will have added ranged attacks. So the last I checked, and this was about a month or 2 ago, they talked about the physics engine taking somewhere in the ballpark of 6 months to finish. So there's a little ways out. But again, we're in 0.6.5. And along the way, we will be releasing a series of updates where you'll see the metaverse open up. You'll see some experiences that are single player with instances open up. You'll see cross-instance communication that already exists on the back end. On our side, we can already do that. So different system working all together in order to get it right. So I think PvP, not just violent PvP, will be some of the most popular games, but there's just no functionality to build it right now. I would agree with that. PvP is a core feature for many of these games. Not just PvP, but PvE cooperative is a core feature as well, especially when you talk about situations like The Walking Dead, right? We announced that partnership, and you can see in the press release that the intentions from The Walking Dead are to be able to create those multiplayer experiences. And with that being in that press release, you can kind of see a vague window of time where, you know, if they've now just announced that they have this in the works and they have all this land, you can expect some multiplayer experiences in there. You know, we obviously want to open up those social hubs for multiplayer interaction, but currently with the physics engine that we have, you can just phase right through each other. That it would probably be the same if we were on a social hub, but outside of a social hub or on a specifically designed social hub, we would want it to be able to be possible to kind of bump into each other, not just phase through each other. And that, again, each bump increases the latency by, you know, if you only had WASD and space, you'd have 5 potential actions that a server could have to read. Add bumping, now we've got 6, so you just added 20% more load to the server, right? And then add kick a ball, and did that ball bump into somebody else? Now we've got another, you know, 20% load to the server, and you can see how that kind of gets exponential. So we want to make sure that the code base is strong for that before we go public and say, hey, anybody can make anything, and, you know, that sort of thing. But as multiplayer features become more common, we will, of course, be playing those out here on the stream, and we'll talk about optimization and things like that as you, the developer, works with the tools when they do get into the client itself, that you can start making games. So all right, but yeah, you know, users in the chat mentioning that this is a well-made game. So here's the test. I say here it is. Find the silver trophy. It did not work. I did want to check that, as we are 2 quests into this. Finding the silver trophy does need to be done before you can walk up and say, hey, I got it. So that's good. Well done. And this is, you know, it's a fine game for sure. Whoa, I didn't want to jump up there. I mean, I kind of did, but... Okay. Let's see. Scallywag Pirate. They lost their arm catching a shark. Look at that. Whoa, little pirate person. Come on, pirate girl, don't beat me up. What are you doing? Look at these little crabs. They're so cute. What are you doing? How you doing over here? Oh! Whoa! No! Okay, so halfway across the world, I just fell off the map. And that's fine. But I think if you walk up to any island for the first time, it should probably have some kind of a checkpoint. You know, you should have a spawn point on that island so that when we fall off the planet, excuse me, we can pop back into where we came. And this can be done in a variety of ways. Sometimes you could just, well, I did it again. You could just make it so that when you have a spawn point, there is one in each space, and then it would be like whichever one you're closest to, you're going to spawn on. Otherwise, you can also make it so that when you get to a place for the first time, then it pops in that spawn point and despawns all others. And personally, I think that's a better system, but it is a more complicated system to employ. So if I was down here on Pirate Island, I would have triggered, when I walked up to the pirate lady and accepted the quest, the new spawn point that pops up under them. And then I wouldn't have to do all this walking if I accidentally fell off. And that's just based on this particular style, where you have all these different floating islands for these individual quests, which are great quests, great little pieces. Each little NPC has something to say, you know, and that sort of stuff, and fairly well fleshed out game here in terms of that. Do these attack me? They don't. That's good. I can't tell if that's the way to go or if I'm just assuming that it is, but okay, let's see. Oh, hey, no problem. You know, like I say, that's the whole point of these streams, folks. If you don't join us regularly, just know that we are specifically here on these streams to help. You know, when it comes to what we're doing here, normally on Wednesdays. Today I'm doing it on a Saturday, but these sort of playtests are here for feedback to be constructive, right? Not destructive or something like that. I want to make sure that when I give that feedback, that it is something that ideally is a welcome feedback, where you say, hey, play this, and I want to see if, you know, you can break the game. Because if I can break the game, then another user could, right? Or something as simple as those spawn points. And then conversely, normally on a Saturday, we'll teach you the new skills that you need to know. Otherwise, you can also watch great streamers like Andy Ritchie, who joined the team more recently. You can watch CyberDragon over at the Game Maker Academy page, both of those over on twitch.tv. And watching in those streams, you can learn the new skills as well. Andy Ritchie streams every day. CyberDragon streams very often in the Game Maker Academy page. Like, I think it's every other day, maybe more often than that even. Jazzwolf, I did post a Wizzy link earlier, and that is a good reminder. I should close it because we have 161 responses right now, and I want to make sure that we get that done. I pasted that in at about the top of the hour. It's been sitting for 20 minutes now. So user number 1 through 161, we are going to click generate, and user number 34 is the winner for today. Which user is that? It looks like over on twitch.tv, user 1essence is our winner today. And I'm going to just verify that they are a unique winner. We do have the ability to do that here. So I recognize vaguely the name one, but that is not the case. Of course, one is a very common word. So yeah, we did have some user under one something something, but obviously a different person here. So congratulations to 1essence over on twitch.tv for winning the Wizzy the Blue NFT giveaway today. And it but don't worry, we'll be continuing to do more great Wizzy giveaways each and every week right here on these streams. And folks, given that it is about 20 minutes after the hour, if you have any last questions, I'd like to answer those. And then I don't think I'm going to go through all 10 of these quests today. It seems like the core parts of these quests are very well done. Gameplay is very well fleshed out. The only thing that I personally don't like is the spawn points. Otherwise, it's very cool. It's unique. It's different. You know, when we talk about a glitch in the metaverse, this kind of fills in that in that everything's just kind of flying around. It's all over the place right here, and it's nice. It's great use of space. The vertical space almost feels as large as the horizontal space, which is kind of harder to do, given that the vertical space is limited to 128 meters regardless of how big or wide it is. But certainly worthwhile to check out this game if you want to have some inspiration, because there are just so many different themes in the game itself. So if you're trying to find a way to come up with great game content, maybe story content, you might come in here and see this pirate-based level and get inspired by pirates itself and pick up or, create some pirate-based assets. I don't know why this little girl wants to murder me. Female pirate, stop. I don't want to hurt you. You're cool. Here, oh, a ladder. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Another ladder. Oh, that's a lot of treasure, bro. That's a lot of treasure, bro. Oh, this person. 2 quests on the pirate island. Interesting. It makes me think there might have been 2 quests on the main island that I was on. But there's so many more islands to go. I wish there was a way to save in the middle, you know what I mean? Like, this is such a big game. This would take quite a while to play, which is great for in the metaverse. If you want your users to find value, give them a game that, has that hour's worth of gameplay. And we'll see. Yeah, Gruaya, the winner today was One Essence over on twitch.tv. All right. Probably somebody asked this before, but will we be able to create music and sounds as NFTs for the marketplace? We don't currently have minting or anything like that for music and sound. However, sound design is something that we are exploring. So keep an eye out just in case we open up a sort of creator fund. In fact, if you have yourself like a library of content that could be used for sound effects that you've originally created, if you've got something that would be, sound design music that you've created, you may be able to submit that into the creator fund purely just as, something different. I know we've had a few other users who have submitted that after around 8 months. That's right, One Essence. After 8 long months, it's finally paid off. You've got your Wizzy the Blue NFT. But yes, keep in mind that soundtracks aren't like a core principled thing that we are adding for anyone and everyone to do at this time. However, we might need help with sound design. I think we've got probably 3 people working on it right now. And, we could always use that celery stick bone breaking audio. If you didn't know, that's how they do that in like movies and stuff like that. things of that nature you would never think of really as like a thing, or like a melon being squashed for like something a little more visceral. But there's a lot of different things there. Cool. All right, folks, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up here. It's been a great time hanging out with you on this Saturday stream. Once again, you can join me over on Monday with Panda Pops. I'll be on audio only. Panda Pops will be the featured face that runs the place, creating great voxel content like what you see here on the screen with these pirates. I believe she also does have some pirate assets that are available for sale in the marketplace right now. And then also... yes, did that on A Quiet Place for the monster sounds. Yes. I think we're talking about Melon specifically. But we've got the Wednesday stream, of course, coming up. We'll do more of this, playing other games like this. So if you have games in mind that you'd like to see feedback on, maybe see something get tested that you create. If you create it like the user did as we stepped into this stream today, that game was made in just 3 days. Of course, there will be something to fix, something that could be broken if you create a game in a short duration. That's totally cool. You could come up with something that you made in an hour. That's fine. Just make the request, and I will play it here on this stream. Or Alex will play if Alex is back next Wednesday. I forget exactly which date he's going to come back on. But yeah, hopefully we had a good time here today, folks. And it's been my pleasure to hang out with you here today. Do you guys want a little? You want a little? You want a little? You want a little? A little music? You want to do a little outro? You want to do a little outro? House of Coin asks, are you still accepting artist requests? Yes. Always. In fact, as the months go by, we're only going to accelerate those artist requests. We're only going to accelerate the number of developers that we officially sponsor here. 5% of each and every land sale, which are ongoing right now. All of those land sales, 5% of that goes to what we call the Foundation Fund, where we expand the partnerships with people like you, artists, creators, game makers. So feel free to apply. Never hurts. And applications are accepted constantly, kind of on a slow trickling basis. I believe they review something like 3 to 5 different applications a day on average. So yes, good luck to you. And we're out for the night, for the day, for the afternoon or evening. I'll see you guys on Monday.